Did you know that millions of inner tubes get tossed in the trash every year? That's a lot of rubber waste and a lot of wasted money. But here's the thing, most of those tubes could have been saved with a simple repair. Let me show you how. Hey, so getting a flat mid-ride is pretty frustrating, and we are out on the road or trail, the fastest solution is to just swap in a new fresh tube. But that doesn't mean the old one is trash. So instead of throwing it away, bring it home and repair it. That way you'll always have a backup and keep more tubes out of the landfill. So here's how you can fix a punctured tube when you're back home. All you need is a wet glue style patch kit. For permanent repairs, the stick-on quick patches should be avoided due to their unreliability. So let's break it down step by step. So the first thing you want to do is actually figure out if your tube is even repairable. So obviously this tube with this giant slice in it is not going to be fixable, so we should even consider doing that. Let's just get rid of that, shall we? So when you find a tube that just has a small pinhole in it, that's the one that you want to put the patch on. Pump at the tube and listen for air escaping or dunk it in water to spot bubbles. Then mark the puncture when you find it. Now in the case of this tube, this is pretty easy to find. If you go ahead and give that a squeeze, it was actually leaking right from the spot. And this tube even had a little sealant in it, but the sealant didn't really work. So we're gonna go ahead and try and patch this. So after you've done pumping up, you find out where the hole is, now you're gonna get ready to fix the tube. Okay, let's do this. All right, so before we get started actually on the repair, we want to talk about what's inside your repair kit. This Park Tool VP1 has everything you need in it to patch a tube. Of note, we have in here, we have our little tube of glue. Now here's the thing, if you've got an old patch kit, there's a pretty good chance that the glue is going to be dried out and you won't be able to do it. So you always want to make sure your patch kit is fresh. So on this particular glue tube, you can see that it hasn't been punctured yet, so I know this is going to be good. Also inside the kit, you're going to find a variety of patches of different sizes to cover different size holes. And really important inside the kit is this piece of sandpaper. So where a lot of people go wrong is they don't use the sandpaper in a large enough area to really prep the tube to do the fix. So let's get to it. Okay, so before we get started on the actual repair, now that we found where the hole is inside of our tube, I'm gonna let the air out of the tube here. Just go ahead and let the valve open and just squeeze some more of the air out of the tube. One of the problems that you wanna make sure that you don't run into is that if you've got too much pressure coming from inside the tube pushing against the patch, it may have trouble sealing. Okay, so now we've got that to the point where I don't think I've got too much pressure in there. Okay, so step one is going to be to use the sandpaper from your patch kit to roughen the area, and make sure you do a nice generous amount of that. Now this little glue on here, I'm not sure if this is going to work because I just pulled this tube from random out of our pile. Okay, so we're roughing up a really big area. So we want to make sure that there's enough area roughed up around the edges of the tube so that the patch is covering a completely roughed up area. So in other words, if you try to put the patch on an area that's not roughed up, the glue process is really not going to work. Another thing worth noting is this is not really glue. This is actually a vulcanizing agent. It actually creates a chemical reaction that adheres the butyl patch to the butyl tube. All right, so now we have our area all roughed up, and that's looking pretty good. And I think this size patch ought to be plenty to cover that. Okay, so before we start applying our patch, we're going to go ahead and we're going to open the glue just like so. Now there's usually a little poker in there. Now we've got the glue. So in this area, here's my puncture inside the tube, and I'm going to just squeeze out some of the glue on there. And you don't have to get nuts because you don't want it to be too wet. So then we're going to spread that out nice. And we're going to let that take effect. Now the thing with the vulcanizing solution is that you can't put the patch on when it's actually wet. You want to let this kind of get tacky a little bit. So once you see that start to dry up, and you can see it already, right here we're getting a little bit dry area. And I've got plenty of glue outside, so when I put that patch on, it's going to adhere firmly to that spot. Okay, so we're going to let that dry for just a few seconds. All right, that's looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and put my patch on there now. And you'll note that the patch has a silver foil backing and then like a plastic on top of that. So we're actually going to peel the silver away from the back of the patch, and then we're going to press the patch right over as close to the center of that hole as you can. and then go ahead and press that. Now here's the thing about this is that you want to, keeping some firm pressure on there is really part of the magic of making this work. Making sure that all the edges are down. So all the orange edges that are outside this patch area, you want to make sure that those are really making good contact with the tube. And again, if you've roughed up the surface of the tube enough and you've used enough glue and let the glue get a little bit dry, that should stick on there really nice. And just give it a few, maybe a minute. We're gonna press firmly on there, okay? And then once we think that is firm, when I pull that back, when I peel the plastic back, see, it's not, so that patch is having a tough time adhering. Now there we go. Okay. And then I feel like we got a pretty good patch here. Okay, so you can see this is all down, and this is a little suspect over here. I'm not 100% certain this is gonna work. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pump that tube back up, and we're gonna see if it's holding air. Okay, be right back. Okay, so I went out to the garage and I grabbed my pump and I pump up this tube, and it looks like it's holding air pretty well. So that patch, even though I got a little bit down on the side here, the patch itself seems to be adhering very well to the tube. So I feel pretty good about this. Now what I would do is I would leave this overnight and I would just make sure that the patch was staying on there and then it was maintaining that pressure. So once you've got that done though, now you have a brand new tube. Roll this guy up, put it back in your seat bag or keep it at home for the next time you get a flat tire, and you're good to go. So a couple of things you want to keep in mind when you are peeling the patch away from its backing. You don't want to put you don't want to touch the actual back of the patch itself. That may actually interfere with the ability for the patch to adhere. And like I said, you also want to make sure that when you're putting that patch on, that you've got enough glue on there. You don't got to overdo it, but you want to make sure there's enough to kind of create that tacky surface. Once you're sure that the patch is secure, your tube is as good as new. Examine the patch to make sure the edges of the patch are bonded to the tube. Then fold it up and store it in your repair kit so it's ready for next time you need it. Now, one thing to make a note of is that the tube of glue, once opened, will dry out quickly. So if you have several tubes to repair, it's a good practice to do them all at once. Keep in mind, the reason you want to do this tube, again, this is not an inexpensive tube. This is probably from an e-bike. Looking at this one, it's a 20-inch tube. This tube could be anywhere from $8 to $15, depending on the quality of the tube and where you get it from. So that you can get on Amazon, you get a $2 tube, but it's not going to last. So this is a Kenda tube. This is a really nice quality tube. This retails probably about $12.99, somewhere in that area. But that's why it's worth putting this patch on here, is to save you money. But it also, keep in mind, it keeps this rubber out of the landfill. So remember, on the road, a fresh tube is the quickest fix, but don't throw that punctured one away. Patch it up at home and you'll save money, reduce waste, and you'll always have a spare ready to go. Hey, if you found this helpful, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe for more bike tips. Thanks for watching Cyclecraft TV, and remember, keep the rubber side down.